Hi, I'm Olivia D'Ambrosio. I'm a first-time candidate for the Cambridge City Council and the only candidate in the field of 26 who has professional arts training and an arts-centric platform. As such, I often make the claim that truly progressive cities give their arts a respected seat at the table and leverage their arts sector as a community-building and economic engine. Today, I'm going to explain what that claim means in great detail and hope you'll come to agree with me that our City Council is currently missing and very much in need of an arts and culture voice like my own. To start with, let's talk about a cultural institution with which we are all very familiar. That's the Boston Red Sox. That's right, the Sox, when you come down to it. They are a cultural institution. We don't need them in the way that we need housing, transportation, and great schools, but just about everyone in Greater Boston would say they are a key component of our civic identity and generate lots of economic activity through ticket sales, parking, tourism, apparel, and much more. Arts institutions can function in very much the same way, especially when the government fosters them. If you look all the way back to ancient Greece, for example, we see a society that pretty much invented both the Western theatrical tradition as well as iconic athletic events like the marathon and the Olympic Games. Even nowadays, there are many governments in the entire world, including but not limited to these guys, who have a single office that oversees the arts, culture, tourism, and sports because they conceive of those sectors as having similar characteristics and similar civic benefits. That being said, world-class arts are not reserved only for big cities or countries or provinces. They are for any community, large or small. Just west of us in North Adams, for example, there is the super cool Massachusetts Museum of Contemporary Art, also known as MassMoCA. This institution was essential in revitalizing North Adams because it breathed new life into this historic factory that had become defunct with the changing times. Now, thousands of visitors come every year, not only to engage with the awe-inspiring art, but to park their cars and eat dinner and book rooms at local hotels. And all of that activity buoys the local economy. Along those lines, there was a study conducted in Greater Boston in 2014 called The Arts Factor, which found that arts organizations and their patrons on an annual basis pump $1.5 billion, with a B, dollars into the Greater Boston economy. The Arts Factor also found that respondents cited access to the arts and culture as the #1 social offering that makes them love where they live. This brings me back to community building and for a moment to my sports analogy. While on the one hand we go to a game to watch breathtaking athletes compete, we go to arts events to connect as a community, to laugh, to cry, to think, to behold beauty, and to generally enlarge our understanding of ourselves and each other. Here in Cambridge, just last season, for example, at Central Square Theatre, the resident companies produced plays that featured Muslim and transgender characters, among others, and that asked questions about topics like artificial intelligence, the genetic testing of unborn children, and the heartwarming prospect of falling in love at an advanced age. Meanwhile, organizations like the Multicultural Arts Center or the Dance Complex introduce audiences to movement, music, and visual art forms that are rooted in myriad traditions and cultures. So, all in all, our tapestry of vibrant arts organizations creates safe, non-denominational, non-partisan spaces where we can come together as one diverse community to examine our morals, our humanity, our own stories and histories, and the stories and histories of others. Which is why it's no surprise that conservative governments, including but not limited to our own current federal government, do everything that they can to silence the arts. They not only mislabel the arts as a waste of money on something we don't need, deep down, they know that the arts foster the very kind of free thinking and tolerance that are contrary to their narrow agendas. Which is why it's all the more important that here in Cambridge we get our arts on the same progressive page as many other aspects of our identity and our governance. Unfortunately, at the moment, even here in Cambridge, the arts are underfunded, undervalued, and underserved. For these reasons, they're less well attended than they could be, and all of these factors conspire to drive ticket sales up and reinforce the misconception that the arts are sort of an impenetrable castle that only the elite and the wealthy can access. However, as your future arts counselor, I'm going to take all I've learned as an artist, nonprofit leader, and STEAM educator at MIT to work with the public, the city, and the arts organizations themselves to elevate attendance and awareness, all while creating unique synergies between the arts sector and our other sectors, including but not limited to our booming tech sector. As such, I hope I have earned your #1 vote. You can visit my website, www.vote-o.com, to learn more. And all in all, I look forward to elevating our arts, embracing them with the same enthusiasm as the Red Sox, and transforming our city into something of a modern-day ancient Greece. Thank you.